Hey guys, and welcome back to another video on Pattern Tutors. Today I have a special college guidance course slash guide for you guys that I made personally. And I thought that it would be a great time to upload this video because school starting is just around the corner, and a lot of people are very nervous about being able to get into their top college options. So today I will show you exactly how that's done and how to do it. Let's begin by giving you guys an intro about me and myself. I had a 4.25 weighted GPA at high school, 3.97 unweighted GPA at high school, over 500 hours of community service, SAT score in the 90th percentile, National Honor Society, and involved with 2 varsity sports, which were golf and cross country. I have completed countless hours of research regarding college admissions, and I want to save you the pain because it's a lot of work by presenting this information to you right now in an easy form. First off, what makes high school so stressful? Well, there is a lot. There is GPA, AP classes, sports, work, volunteering. As you can see, there is a lot of stuff that we all have to go through and accomplish. What if I told you that achieving everything on this list is wrong? That is not what colleges truly want you to do while you're in high school. Colleges do not want someone called a checklist student. So I want you guys to imagine someone who has a GPA around 3.6 to 3.8, someone who scored around 1200 to 1400 on the SAT, who volunteers, does sports, and plays an instrument. So many other people are doing the exact same thing, and it doesn't set you apart from the crowd. Whereas Waldo is a great example of this. It is super challenging to find Waldo, which represents college admissions. So many people have the exact same stats as you. Almost everyone volunteers. Almost everyone plays a sport. Almost everyone gets good grades or has a solid SAT score. So you want to try and find an activity that sets you apart, and I know that's easier said than done, so I will show you exactly how to do that today. So when I got into my school, I ranked only higher than 8% of the people who were accepted. This is extremely low, and based off stats alone, I would have had only a 3% chance of getting accepted into my school. This proves that there is more than just simply stats that contribute to your admission decision. A lot of people with super high SAT scores and a high GPA got accepted, but also a very large amount of these people were rejected with these same stats. The distribution of the points for accepted and rejected are very similar for all types of students, as you can see here. The green are those who were admitted, and the red were those who were rejected, and mine up there is labeled in blue. And as you can see, I don't sit with a lot of dots that are green. It's mainly dots that are red. Relying on GPA and SAT scores alone is not a good indicator of your chances of being admitted into your dream school. I would still recommend trying to get the highest scores possible, of course, but if you are unable to do so, you have other routes to succeed and get into these schools. As you can see, a lot of people with perfect stats were also rejected. So it's not always about your stats that will get you into these top schools. The blind man in the elephant story was best explained by Harvard graduate Alex Chang. Basically, a blind man walks up to an elephant and grabs its tail, and he thinks that it is a rope. He then grabs its tusk and says that it is a spear. He grabs its leg and says it's a tree. He grabs its ear and says it's a fan. So if you are only relying on GPA and SAT, you are pretty much like the blind man in this image. You might have a spear being the tusk, or you might have an ear being the fan, but you don't have everything. Like, you aren't really seeing the big picture of what they want. You're just being what practically every other student is in the nation, which is a checklist student. And that is the one thing, if I can plead with you guys, is to avoid. Do not be a checklist student. So what do colleges really want? They want someone who is simply awesome. Awesome people have awesome qualities. If you are smart, that's awesome. If you're mature and responsible, that's awesome. If you are motivated, that's awesome. If you are skilled in something, that's awesome. If you're passionate about something, that's awesome. There are so many things that make you awesome, and that is truly what colleges are trying to find and look for. For me personally, I had over 500 hours of volunteering, so my love for helping others is what made me awesome. Awesome qualities are challenging to represent on a graph, on a spreadsheet, blah, blah, blah. GPA and SAT scores are easy to represent this way. Colleges are concerned about who you are as a whole and why you are impressive and awesome. Everyone has an awesome quality. What's yours? Here are some examples of high school students with awesome qualities. One student in my high school was a member of the junior Olympic track team and was accepted into a prestigious university. Another guy, he started an ice cream truck that traveled across the state. One other student showed a high potential to achieve in STEM subjects. Do you think all of these high school uh, students had a 4.0 GPA and a 1400 plus SAT score and volunteered, did sports, played an instrument, and had an internship? Or did they all possess qualities that made them awesome in their own right and regard? The answer is clearly C up here on the board. Not one of these kids had either A or B, and they were accepted into schools like UCLA, Emory, USC, Harvard, Princeton, and many more. All these kids have unique attributes, if you will, that make them special and unique, and that is why they ended up at great schools. So I once again plead with you guys to find what's awesome about you, because everybody has an awesome quality and a gift. Just find yours. Okay, next we will talk about college admission strategies. The first strategy is SMART. Get a 3.9 plus SAT, a 1,550 plus SAT score, and 6 AP classes in order to show them your drive and dedication to your education. You can also use strategy 2, kind strategy, which is where you must achieve over 200 plus hours of volunteer work in order to show your passion for helping others. That is the strategy that I mainly used and chose. Strategy 3 is leadership. Involve yourself in school clubs and become leaders in these clubs or sports. Strategy 4 is teamwork. Join a sports team to show that you are a team player. Strategy 5 is called the career strategy. Do a two-week internship relating to your desired career in order to show your drive and potential in this field. All of these things make you awesome, and they make you look good in the eyes of college admissions officers. Now, how do you fulfill these strategies? So when I graduated high school, I fulfilled almost all these strategies as I had a 3.9 GPA, 7 AP classes, 500 plus hours of volunteering. I was a leader in school clubs. I participated in sports, and I completed a career-focused internship. By following these steps, you are bound to get into a great school. Even if your ideals don't align with these strategies, it is wise to try and accomplish them. Participating in the activity is key. You don't need to enjoy it in the least, meaning to just go out and try and do new things that will set you apart. Even though you don't really like it, just try and do it and accomplish them. These different types of strategies can be approached from many different and unique angles. For example, the SMART strategy. This isn't just about your unweighted and weighted GPA or the score you got on the ACT and SAT. There are many other kinds of SMARTs, including musical SMART, linguistic SMART, spatial SMART, logical mathematical SMART, and the list goes on and on. Many things define you, and these strategies are open to your own interpretation. How to choose which activities are best for you. Choose activities that you truly love. Do not be afraid to show colleges your true passions, as this is what they want. Don't be afraid to try new things as well. Once you have a list of things you love, seek out volunteer organizations that pursue these values or goals. For example, I love watching plays and musicals, so I volunteered with the local Shakespeare festival, if you will. I also love golf, so I volunteered with the First Tee. These are just a few examples of how you can follow these passions. By participating in activities that you don't love, this will be boring and it will be a waste of your time. Now, being admitted into your dream school would be great, obviously, but this doesn't happen for many people. Being accepted into your dream school basically validates all of your hard work, but having to go to one of your safety schools isn't a bad option as well. Safety schools are usually cheaper in price. Academically, they may be easier, and if you aren't satisfied with your safety school, you can always choose to move schools on like year 1 or 2. So this isn't the end all, and many other doors are still open and available to you. Weaknesses are a tough subject when it comes to college admissions. If you are able to get through your weaknesses, by all means go ahead and try. If you cannot, do not waste time trying to get over these obstacles. If you're awful at math, do not try and take that AP math class. Instead, try another AP class that may be a little bit easier for you. I used to have a bad problem with my word pronunciation, but I knew that with extended practice I could accomplish speaking better and use it to my advantage. Knowing your strengths and weaknesses is crucial. Focusing on your strengths and passions and doing them really, really well is super impressive, and colleges love to see this. First off, there is no such thing as a bad university. All colleges are put in place for the benefit of you, the student. The main thing that I challenge you to do is choose a career path that makes you happy. Being in college is a short time in your life, and what you choose to do later will take up the rest of your life. Do not focus on money, focus on your passions. Finding the right life for you is more important than going to a good college. Life is more important than a meaningless college experience with no love or passion. Next, we will talk about what to write your college essays on. Write your college essays on your passions. I am super passionate about helping others, so I wrote about how I volunteered with organizations that directly help others. Having a passion is super beneficial to both your life and your future. Now, how many colleges do you need to apply to? The recommended amount is between 6 to 10. With this, I do not agree. The more colleges you apply to, the better off you'll be, because the chances of admissions mathematically and logically increase. I applied to 34 schools total. I was rejected from many schools like Yale, Harvard, USC, Stanford, and many more. But I got into a few awesome schools, and the school that I ended up choosing was a perfect fit for me. I'm super surprised that I got accepted into this university, and this stresses this point even further, to focus on your passions. If you want to have a good life, discover your interests and passions. Be yourself and be awesome. That is the quote that I want to leave you guys with today. Alright, and that concludes the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, and leave what you want to see in the next video in the comments below. Thanks. Cheers. Bye.